Hello, I'm back. Where's the piano? It's not here. So I can't play it. But I was playing it in the last video, which I recorded about 10 minutes ago. So like right now, it's like 3:01. That's what's happening right now. But I was playing piano at 2:45. What am I talking about? The continuous and progressive in the past. Okay? So again, it could be continuous or progressive, just two different terms for the same thing. There's the present continuous, and today I'm going to talk about the past continuous. Okay? So what's the situation with the past continuous? In my last video, I was playing piano. And that was at a very specific time, this very specific moment in the past. So, specific moment. And think of CSI, crime scene investigation. Classic question. The investigator comes up to the alleged criminal and asks the question, what were you doing at 6:03 on Friday, August the 6th? Now that's pretty precise, huh? At that very specific moment, what were you doing? Well, I was talking with my wife on the telephone, okay? At that specific moment. Again, certain things I didn't erase. En train de. J'étais en train de parler à ma femme au téléphone. It's at a very specific moment in the past. Another equivalent in French with the idea of en train de could be the imparfait. Je parlais avec ma femme à ce moment-là. So sometimes you can translate it in two different ways, en train de or with the imparfait. So that's one situation for the past continuous, but there are other situations as well. Second one would be two situations where we have an interruption. Whoops. Come on, Morgan. High tech. You have an interrupted action. Okay? So, as I said in the first thing, what were you doing at 6 o'clock? I was talking on the phone. Okay? And similar to the present continuous, the past continuous we would represent with a circle, something like this. Something that had a beginning and an end. It was in progress. It was continuing in the past. Okay? Somewhere around this time. So I was talking on the phone at 6:03 p.m. Very specific moment. An interrupted action, here, this is where we have two actions. Okay, so let's say, for example, I was talking on the phone. I could take another example. I was creating a video when the phone rang. Okay. So here we have, I was creating a video, past progressive, or past continuous, and what happened? It was interrupted. So, I was creating a video when slash, at this particular moment, the phone rang, I had to stop, all hell broke loose, things changed. It interrupted my action. So, I was creating a video when the phone rang is an interrupted action. The interrupted action was creating. The action that interrupted it was the ringing of the phone. The phone rang. Téléphone a sonné. J'étais en train de créer une vidéo quand le téléphone a sonné. So it interrupted that action. Now there's a third situation with past progressive or past continuous, and it's actually what I described as two simultaneous EOUS actions. Excuse my writing as usual. Two simultaneous actions, okay? Now, you just witnessed it. You just witnessed it. Just a moment ago, I was doing two things here. What was I doing? I'll make a space here. I was writing while you were watching. So a moment ago, what was I doing? I was writing. What were you doing? You were watching. So these are the two actions that go along simultaneously. Two things. This was going on and this was going on. Okay? Now, specific moment, interrupted action, two simultaneous actions. What keywords? Well, if we talk about a specific moment, more often than not, you'll have the word at, because at is probably the most specific preposition. So at 6 p.m. last night. Okay? So there's a million. At 6 p.m. last night, at the time of the crash, okay? At the moment that Legault announced schools would close, woohoo! People said, hey, party down. Maybe they didn't, I'm not sure. Anyway, anything that talks about a specific moment in the past would be, any keyword would put you into the past or continuous or past progressive. Interrupted action, of course, what do we see here? I was creating a video when the phone rang, okay? So often you'll see the when connects with the simple past, and that interrupted the past progressive. In the interrupted action, we would have to combine when with a simple past. So when is not the best choice for past continuous. The best choice for past continuous would be something like while. Pendant que. Okay? Pendant que tu faisais ceci, moi je faisais cela. While I was doing this, you were doing that. I was writing while you were watching. While is a very common word associated with the past continuous. Of course, it could be in other verb tenses too. At that particular point. So a specific moment in the past, while, these are probably the two most common words you would associate with the past continuous or the past progressive. Now what's the form? Have a look here. I didn't change anything from the present, did I? I said the form is be, verb, ing. Same thing as the present. What's different? It's in the past. So what changes? Just be. Nothing else changes. Be goes into the past. Past of be. So, what's the past of be? I was, or he, she, it was. You, we, they were. Okay? So, I was talking, I was creating, you were watching. Okay? So again, it's be, verb, ing. Same form as in the present, we just stick it in the past. This does not change. Really important. Now the auxiliary, again, just like in the present, it's the verb. Now the auxiliary, be, except be is in the past. So it's not I am creating, it's I was creating. It's not you are watching, but you were watching. So the only thing changes is be. You conjugate be into the past, everything else stays the same. Again, let's run it through the system. You know your auxiliary, so that's what switches. I was talking on the phone. I was not talking on the phone. Yes, no? Was I talking on the phone? The answer would be the phone, so what was I talking on? The phone. And finally, who was talking on the phone? Me. Okay. In this example here, I could say who was watching. Whoop. It said we're watching. Why is it now was? Singular. Huh? Who is singular. Who was watching? You were watching. Okay. So that's about it for the past continuous. In the next one, we're going to go back to the future, dudes.